On the test on the audio. Good, good. Okay. All right, Doug, finally got it working. All right. What I want to do here is I want to take your information and walk you through my analysis of Amber Chase based upon the information that you gave using the cash flow analyzer and then the other information. So I printed off the years of financials. So I don't have a whole lot of information about the property. I think you said it was 100 units. I don't have the rents. I don't know what the rent rolls are. I don't know what the market rents are, but I'm going to take you through this so that you can see how I analyze it. So first thing, obviously, you saw the drop-down box here where it's, you choose apartments, multifamily. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Now, there's the purchase price here of 3.5 million. I'm assuming that you got that from him, like that's what he's looking for in the property. You built in $15,000 of closing costs. That's fine. I don't really bother much with the initial improvements or the closing costs on my initial go round in the analysis. I kind of come back to that later if I have a deal. Then if we scroll down now, here's something interesting. Now, obviously, you have already put in the income and the expenses, and from that, we're able to calculate the NOI. And then down here, the software asks you for the cap rate. Now, you've put in an 8 cap. Now, this is based upon your information. I don't know this market. I don't know what this property bears as far as a cap rate. So I'm going to assume that your number is accurate. Okay, if your number is accurate, then what it tells me is that 3.5 million is too much money for this property. At an 8 cap and the NOI that you've calculated, this property is worth $3.23 million. Okay, so right there, that's a quick check on whether our numbers are accurate or the offer is right or wrong. Okay, now we scroll down here, we got 25% down, you got 4.5%, and then you've got it over a 20-year amortization. Okay, now those are all relatively conservative. Those are all local bank numbers, which are fine. Now this is a $3.5 million deal. We might think about using Fannie or Freddie paper in order to get this deal done. In that case, it's not going to be a Yankee issue. We'll get you a sponsor who will help you qualify for the Fannie Mae loan. If we did a Fannie Mae loan, what happens is it changes this to 20% down, and it changes this to 360 months, a 30-year amortization. Now, that doesn't change the valuation of the property. That will change your cash on cash return and whether you have more money or less money to make the deal happen. Now, the way that you had it in here with the 4.5% and the 240, listen, those are very conservative numbers. That if this property can sustain the stressing of the underwriting with those particular terms, well, then you're better off. This is a stronger asset, and it'll allow you to sleep better at night. And we will be able to know this right as soon as I jump over to the cash flow analysis page and we look at the debt coverage ratio. And we'll see how does this property compare with that debt coverage ratio under these terms. I hate that message. Okay. So that's all we do here on this particular page. Now what I do is I jump over to the income. And this is where we kind of go a little bit off the reservation. Let me show you. Okay. It's a 100-unit property, right? Wait a minute. Hold on a second here. How many units do we have in here? 200 unit property? Something's wrong. I thought you said it was a 100-unit property. All right. So what we're going to do here, let me just show you the one little glitch. You see it says a number of units. Well, that's a misnomer. It's not the number of units. It's the number of unit types. One bedroom, one bath, one bedroom, one bath with a den, two bedroom, one bath, two bedroom, two baths. That's all. So in this particular case, you're telling me that you've got three types. So watch what I have to do. I come up to the up to 10. Boom, it brings everything right back up. I don't think we need this adjustment. I think that's not going to be necessary. There we go. Now we got it down to the 100 units that you said. And you got the square footage. Now you've put in the monthly rent. Now, here's my question. I don't know if this is the monthly rent that they're getting. I don't know what you should be putting in here is the market rents. Like, what is the market getting in that area for a one bedroom, two bedroom, three bedroom? That number goes in here. And when that number goes in here, it calculates this number up to be your gross potential rent, your top of the line number, the number that you see on the top of every single cash flow analysis or income and expense statement for a multifamily property. So I'm assuming that you did this correctly. If you didn't, go back and put the market rents in there. And the reason being is we want to know how far off this, how poorly managed this property actually is. Remember, it's all about the numbers, and it's all about the categories that you put the numbers in. When you put the numbers in the right categories, it tells the story of the property, and you can know exactly what's going on. So right here, we are using a 10% vacancy rate because, I don't know, that's what you say it is. But let's take a look. Now, what I'm going to do in one of the emails that I got from you, um, was saying that you used 2015 numbers because 2016 wasn't complete. Well, actually, these numbers are pretty good that he gives you here because he's actually showing the trailing months. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2016 numbers and I'm going to add the November and December from 2015, and that'll give me a true trailing 12 on the property, and that will give me exactly the type of analysis that I want. 573, 628. Okay, so that tells me 676, 548. Over the previous 12 months, this property, according to this sheet, the gross income, now this is a real dollar. This is what he put in his bank account. The gross income was 676,548. All right. Now that number needs to appear right here. This number here needs to say 676. So how do I get that 676 in there? I've got to play with the vacancy. Well, geez, 14. If I did 14.5, if I did 14.8, no, wait a minute, 676. No, that's it. Boom, right there. This property is performing at a 14.8% vacancy rate. Okay, now the issue that I have with this software is that it doesn't take into consideration loss to lease. It doesn't concessions, all those income reducers. It just takes you from the top line number, the gross potential rent, down to what the guy actually collected. And the difference is this 14.8. That 14.8 doesn't mean the physical vacancy was 14.8. It doesn't mean the economic vacancy was 14.8. It means the whole entire property is running at an 86% efficiency. Okay, that's the way I like to describe it. This factory that produces the product of leases runs at an 85.2% efficiency. And that is our opportunity for growth in this particular deal. All right, so that's how I come up with the 676. Now, that's it for the income section. Let me just get rid of this 0 in there. Okay, what the heck just happened? Why did it do that to me? That's weird. Huh. Okay, anyway, I'll leave it that way. Now, other income, you have stuff down here. You know, as you can see, you can put down 3, and it's going to bring that field right back up. We don't have any other expenses in here, so I am not adding that in there. Okay, so let's see. Total expenses. Okay, I'm gonna. All right, just a second here. Okay, so let's go over the expenses. Now, in these expenses, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to let's go through what you've got in here. Let's say, for instance, the payroll. Right now, I just want to check your work a little bit here, Doug. I'm not gonna go through all of this. I'm going to show you how I do it. Times 12. Okay, so it's got payroll of 67. You've got 52 in here. I wonder why you did that. Because I'm taking the payroll taxes, the payroll expenses, and the workers' comp. You might have included that down there in insurance. Let's see, you have under insurance 25. No, okay. So let's go through this line by line just so that we can make sure that we're doing this correctly. And then also I'm going to add in there. Oh, I see something else that the guy didn't do right. I actually like the way this guy did his financials. Um, you don't really see that all the time with everybody. 10. Okay, so we added that. That's 10,950. Plus, we're going to do. And this is going to make the deal even worse, Doug. So we're going down here to payroll costs, and it's actually 67,095. And that's by adding that's 12 months. I'm wondering whether you did all 12 months in here. Okay, so we took care of the payroll. Now the next, let's take a look at the insurance. Okay, the property insurance. If we take what he paid in the previous 2040, yeah, so he does 2040 every month for the insurance. Oh, actually, he doesn't. You know what? His insurance went up. His insurance went up 2531, so I'm going to use that number, and that's actually 30,372. All right. Now landscaping. Okay, so we got payroll, workers' comp, property insurance, landscaping, 11.5 a month. He's done 11.5 a month. Yeah, he's gone up. All right, so 13.8. Oh, Doug, I don't think you annualized these numbers. Okay, so there's the landscaping. We took care of landscaping. What's the next line? Maintenance. Let's see how he came up with maintenance there. He's got maintenance. Yeah, so he's kind of all over the block on maintenance. And then let's see. So we're going to take maintenance from over here. 1200 plus 1015 plus the 26789 equals maintenance. Oh, you got a big number for maintenance. I wonder if you added in. Something else. No, I don't think you did. I don't know. You must have bumped it up a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to use that number. We got the payroll. We got the pest control. He's got 125 bucks. Pest control, 125 bucks. This will really tell me. Yeah, you got the 1,500 in there. Okay, good. And then he's got the office expenses, 6,000, and then the previous month he's got almost 7,500 for office. Round that up. Okay. Boy, he kept the taxes the same. Isn't that interesting? 3821 times 12. Property tax 45. Boom, you got it. Okay. Payroll you got down there. Oh, that might be where you put it. Okay, I'm going to take that out. Workers' comp, you put it in there. Okay, I'm going to take that out. Good. Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? Look at his gas number. That tells me that that's going to be an all bills paid property. At that number, that bums me out a little bit because I don't like to see. Yeah, look at he's got CapEx in here. He put CapEx above the line. That's really weird. Yeah, I'm going to leave your okay, so it's utilities. He doesn't specify that it's gas, but we'll go with what you said. There's your capital expenditure. See, that number should not be in the NOI. And the cable is huge. Holy cow. You got 28,535. Oh, you took that from the year before. Okay. Cable 20. Yeah, cable, he's already above that number. Let's take his cable number. Is actually trailing 12 cable number plus 2493 plus 2493. His cable is now up to 34,910. All right, cash, trash, gas. These are some pretty hefty expenses. Because if you look down, wow, look at it, it's still only at 46% expense ratio. It's like we're missing stuff. Let's run through some stuff. Accounting is going to cost you $1,500 a year. Advertising, we're going to do $25. They're going to do $25 per unit per year. Cleaning, I don't know what these properties look like, so I don't know if there's common area cleaning issues. Commissions, legal, on-site management. Here we go. Management fee. Boom. We're going to charge 6%. I don't know why you didn't have that in there, Doug. You always have to put the management fee in there. Why are you capitalizing your income and paying it to his children? That's the way you have to look at that. On-site management, you are going to need somebody, but you already got the payroll in there. Payroll is way low, way low. That should be $100,000 a year, $1,000 per person per year. In addition to the management fee. Repairs, we did maintenance. Boy, that's pretty low. That's pretty low. I'm going to leave it there because I think I'm really well. I'm already up to 58% expense ratio. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see how this looks. It's not going to look good, Doug. I'm telling you that right now. What we did here is we've really stressed the property from a mortgage underwriting standpoint. We put the most conservative terms in there. We looked already at 3.5. We were at the numbers you put in. We were already too high. The price we're offering was too high based upon the cap rate. If we go back in and fix the expenses and the income, then what we're doing here is we are looking at a 58% expense ratio. That's huge. This is a solid C-class property, an all bills paid property, and I don't know anything about it more than what you sent me in the trailing 12 financials. This is what I'm deducing about this property from these numbers, using my rules of thumb. Okay? Tell me if I'm off. Tell me if I'm wrong. And if I am wrong, and this property is not an all bills paid C-class property, there's something wrong with the financials because the numbers are always the same. The rules of thumb work for all the different properties. Go back in the coaching archives, you'll find a video that I did on the rules of thumb, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, Doug, here's where the rubber meets the road. I come down to this button here, I click cash flow analysis. All right. First thing I do is I go right here. Debt coverage ratio, boom, 1.11. Nope, not going to work. This on a C, if this is a solid C, we are looking for a 1.5 or higher. The thing about a debt coverage ratio is it's a dynamic number. It changes based upon the type of asset. An A-class property, you can have a lower debt coverage ratio of 1.3. A-class residents pay their bills. C-class residents will put all of their worldly belongings in a trash bag and move across the street to your competitor overnight if they're behind in the rent. So that's why you need a higher debt coverage ratio, because the people who you need to pay your bills aren't as trustworthy. So right here, 1.1 is not going to fly. Now, the first thing we do to try to fix that is we go back here to the mortgage numbers. Now, listen, Doug, I'm with you. I'm as conservative as you are. What I'm about to do is starting to push this particular deal into the riskier category. And the reason why I'm doing it is just to see if I can get the numbers to work. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring this down to a Fannie Mae style note. Okay? Keep the interest rate about the same. Increase the amortization. Reduce the money down. Actually, reducing the money down is going to increase the debt, reduce the debt coverage ratio. Hold on, let's take a look. Let's see how this looks anyway. Now I'm up to 1.26. Hold on, wait a minute. What did I do? Let me just do something here. If we put more, yeah, I think that's going to, yeah, okay, so we're going to put more money down. So let's keep it at 25, but let's change the amortization to 30 years. So now we're up at 1.32. Still nowhere near what we need it to be. Okay, look at our. Don't worry about the cash and cash return. Those numbers are wacky for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. sometimes if you started started doing the numbers and then I try to do it on my side, the cash on cash return gets a little jiggy. We won't worry about that right now, but let's take a look. Right now we're saying the property is worth 3.5. All right, the numbers are 3.5 at an 8 cap. I guess the question, see, what happens if we change to a 7 cap? Yeah, but is it really worth that? See, I'm just not getting the issue here is with the way the property is being run. Now, this is something you say you're great at, you love to handle. Um, well, you got to get these, you got to be more realistic with the expenses. And you also, Doug, you really need to make sure that you can go in there and figure out what the gross potential rent is. Where can these rents really be? Like, what is a one bedroom in this town? Is it 550 or is it 650? Is it two bedroom 650 or is it 750? I mean, what can you get? Because the thing is, you know, okay, we can get to 3.5 million. We can get to 3.5 million just by these numbers if we massage these numbers. So, all right, fine. Let's talk more about this. Let's figure out if 3.5 is the right number. Okay, so now what we need to do is go back over to your email right here. Oh, shoot, where were you? Doug. All right, now I'm going to take a look at your LOI. Now, we have two choices for the LOIs. We can do the long form or we can do the short form. The issue has to do, in a case like this, the issue has to do with the sophistication of the seller. If we give them a long form, it could blow them out of the water. If we do a short form, it's quick and easy, and we can move quickly on the offer. You really need to understand who your audience is, because remember, this LOI is your first sale. This is, hold on, let me fix this. This LOI is your first sale. Okay? This is a sales and marketing business, and your first sale is getting the seller to say yes, getting the seller to accept your offer. That's it. So we have to make sure that the offer is crafted in such a way that it makes sense and that the guy is going to buy it. All right, so that's what we're trying to do here. Okay, wow, you got, all right, well, let's see here. Earnest money, okay. All right, this is not my typical LOI. You can go on the resources and archives section of the membership site, go into the acquisition documents, and we've got template LOIs already in there for you. All right, 100 units, okay. Based in Mason, okay, that's fine. Purchase price 3.5. Earnest money. Now he might want to see 30. Maybe if we bumped up the earnest money to 35,000. If that's an issue for you, we can get you the 35,000 through the earnest money deposit program. And you want to correct your typo there, Doug. Make it earnest money. Oh, that it's not going to let me. It's not going to enable my editing right now. So you just want to change that to earnest money there. Okay, will be held by, all right, well, this thing, if we're going to do my earnest money, we have to change this. This is an issue, diversified national title, Lansing, Michigan. They're not going to like that. We can have me hold the earnest money, my law firm hold the earnest money, or we can have somebody, a title company down there in South Carolina. This is going to scare them away that everything's being handled up in Michigan. So you don't want to do that. New loan with possible provision for 1031 exchange. Terms of land contract, 10% down, 6% on 30 with a 5-year balloon. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Inspection period 30 days. Okay, we want to change this definition of an inspection period. That's why you have to use my LOI, because it has built-in protections for you here. Financing period, you got 45 days. Okay, 41 buyer return. Okay, yeah. Okay, see lowercase b. So we're going to clean up this LOI a little bit. If you still want to make the offer, I think you should make the offer. I think you should because remember, Doug, as I always say, if you're not making offers, this is nothing more than a very expensive hobby. And you said the guy's already accepted several other offers. Well, get in line. Let's figure out a way to make this thing accepted. Let's get on the horn. Let's make this thing happen. Yeah, okay, so this one, we're going to clean up this LOI, And what we probably should do is you and I should go over my LOI so you understand why I have the things in there that I have. So that's it, man. Let's do this. We can make this thing happen. And then let me get you over this video so you can have a chance to look at it, and then we will take it from there. All right. Thanks, pal. Give me a call later today or whenever you have a chance, and we can discuss this. See you later.